start from my phone.
Okay, good.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Our apologies for the delay. Little technical technical challenges in progress, but good outcome. So bear with us. Thank you all for being here on this beautiful, sunny yet cold Sunday afternoon.
The most
Thank you all.
important
Much
is
gratitude.
it's sunny, so that's the main thing. Hello,
Yes.
Uma. Hello, everybody. It was a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day to be together and to
Indeed.
talk about our lovely topic of manifesting. And as usual, Corina is with us. Hey, Corina, how are you?
So
Thank you for
sweet.
being with
She's
us.
the best.
Nice. Um, yeah, we had a little challenge. When there are things that when you know how to do them, but when you don't do them every day or uh, so often, then you forget about it, and you have to relearn a lot of things that we have to relearn in life, right? How many
Yes.
times do we go through the things? Oh, I knew how to do that, but I don't remember. Now, if you are calm and faithful enough, you'll remember. But when you start struggling and I don't know, being impatient, then it's like resistance to the universe, right? They will keep talking about.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Um, so, how was your week? How's everything?
Busy. Busy week. Busy weekend. My daughter had her musical. She was in the pit. So 3 nights, or I should say 3 shows: Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night.
Wow,
So yeah,
it's
yeah. So I
marathon.
went to volunteer to help out, sell tickets, and all that good fun stuff that we get to do because of this business. The flexibility, or I should say
Yeah.
the freedom of time that this business gives us, so we can do things with family. I was going to say things that we enjoy, and I truly do. God knows how much I enjoy giving back to the community and just serving, and then seeing kids, and then especially my daughter in action. It's just so rewarding, so rewarding.
Oh, I just put a banner up, manifesting and the gift of giving, but it's so big. Okay, so we are.
It has to be big. It's a gift.
It's a gift. We are focusing today on the gift of giving, and I don't know if it's a gift, but is definitely, in my opinion, a trait that we are not born with, but we cultivate it. It's a skill that we have to learn it and relearn it, and it is so amazing when it comes from our subconscious mind. From obviously there is a will involved at the beginning, but as any habit, the gift of giving becomes a habit and becomes something that uh, it is so beautiful in some people. When you meet people first time and you see that they have in them the part of their core value, part of their core is that gift of giving, and there is no effort to give. There is no it just come naturally, right?
There's no motive behind it. It's just selfless.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how do we do that? How do we get this gift of giving? um I'm an introverted that I prefer not to give, not prepare not to give, but it's awkward, it's uncomfortable for me to give or to get into a conversation. Or, and by the way, giving, we're not talking only the material things,
Mhm.
but we are talking about giving attention, giving an advice, giving a hand, giving help, giving um, anything that it comes from us to somebody else unconditionally, right?
Well, I'm going to, agree to disagree with you here because you have been on going live with me for past I'm going to just say past 2 years. Your knowledge that you are giving, that is the gift to someone like me, people who are out there listening to you and receiving, call it advice, call it what the knowledge that you're sharing. So you are definitely on this platform and has been giving for past 2 years. So I'm going to have to correct you on that because you've been truly giving the gift of
Thank you.
knowledge.
You are very nice. But how come I don't feel it? It's like there is natural, right? There is
Because there's
just
something more that the soul is searching for to give, and we are in that journey of finding out what it is. So we're still on this journey, and we're going to be on this journey till the last breath that we take on this physical world. It is a journey. So it's natural to feel at times that, okay, I'm not giving, but you are.
mhm.
You're always giving in one way or another, one way, form, shape, or another. You're always giving. You know,
So so is that the that gift of giving that is actually a lot of times we are not aware that we give. It's
what
just
you're doing, I'm going to stop you again. What you're doing is you're not giving yourself the gift of acceptance and loving that you are giving this gift of knowledge every Sunday, that you share with the world your knowledge, your precious time and attention. And in return, you have to give that. You have to allow yourself that I am coming on this platform and I am sharing my knowledge and I am giving that to the world, whether whoever receives it in a way or not, we have to believe that. So we have to give that to ourselves.
yeah.
So that self-acceptance, the word in itself, I've been that's been my journey for past 2 years, is to self-accept, self-love. If I would benefit from your live shows, I wouldn't come and listen. So both of you doing an amazing thing and very helpful to others. Much gratitude, my friend. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
And
Marina.
that's what
You know,
I'm trying to say to Sir, that you have been giving, you know, and we it doesn't have to be this magnitude. And again, one defines magnitude in a very different way.
mhm.
It's our own ability. If somebody can, in a monetary way, if say somebody can, give a donation of a pen to someone who's in a need of a pen, that still is a donation and a gift, but that was given in the time of need.
Yeah.
You give that person that pen when they need it, or you give it to them when they already have 10 pens.
Mhm.
Do you see the difference when that gift is being received and given? Not
Yeah.
having it, and when you give it, it holds the value at utmost. It's like, oh my God, great. I really needed to write this and I needed to do this math problem, whatever it is. And, thank you so much. I'm trying to take this test and I don't have my pen and I don't know what happened. Oh my God, thank you. I'm not going to get a 0 now. Whereas to someone you give it who already has a selection of it, it's not going to mean anything. So
Yeah.
self-acceptance and self-love, and I continue to work on that. So my challenge is very vulnerable here, guys. Help me out. Very vulnerable going. For me is giving it to myself. I've ever since I was young, always been taught to give, 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 never to accept, never to receive, and be happy in that. I got so comfortable with that, so comfortable to this day that I think I am getting better. But again, it has to be a conscious, very conscious effort. I mean, very conscious effort of receiving and accepting that, because even a compliment, right away, I turn it into something else. And again, that rewiring has to be done, and again, every day is work in progress, and I personally, I love giving gifts, in monetary way, in a emotional way. And again, my work itself is working with people, right? Working with children, working with family, and being in the counseling setting. All you do is just give, give, and give. You give your time, you give your attention, you give your advice, you give your recommendation. That's all I've been doing my whole life.
It
So
becomes a habit, becomes something normal, something usual, something natural, right?
yeah. So when you receive something, it's like, oh, wait, you almost feel awkward. It's like you don't know how to, deal with that.
Mhm.
Your sessions are to me like a therapy, more helpful coming from normal people sharing their feelings and experience than going to a psychologist. For them, it's just a job. Oh, thank you so much. That means so much to me, because that is my profession, is a therapist. So that does come out pretty often.
Yeah, pretty well.
um, So, yeah, but when you try to apply that to yourself,
It's
it's
not that
work in
easy.
progress. Yeah, it's not, I mean, that's why I always say it's easier said than done, but putting it into practice, journaling every day, meditation every day for 5 minutes, listening to someone, speak, motivational speakers, anything, reading something that's going to make you think,
And help grow.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And that restructuring, it's so powerful and yet so needed for I'm going to speak for myself. So yeah, this was when you picked this topic, I'm like, oh boy, here Uma's going to get vulnerable. Oh no, let's try to cover this up, but
you
here
know,
it goes. So
now that Corina mentioned that it's actually that this is our purpose for what with these meetings every Sunday. We try to follow them as much as we can at noon, and that's our purpose to share whatever we know about manifesting law of attraction, because it is so important in our lives, and also to find out from from our viewers, from people, what do they think about it, what's the outcome. We are not always right,
No,
but we
no.
are right in our quest to see what's the best way to do it, what are the methods, what things are um, we do right, and what things that we can improve, that we can learn from, right? And you're
Yeah.
right, giving is, I don't know if it's equivalent or, but it's close to sharing something that you have, sharing knowledge, time. um, when you say you meet somebody, a stranger, just passing by in front of the elevator, in the elevator, on the street, in the bus stop, and a lot of times we don't, we keep ourselves isolated, right? Maybe a smile,
Hmm.
maybe
Wave.
um, you know a look, or we try to pretend that we are the only one in that space, and it is so, that's a form of giving, giving a smile, giving hi, how are you, small talk, oh, it's the weather is good or bad, or um, you know those little human interaction, it is a form of giving, in my opinion. And sometimes we are good at it, sometimes we are um, have you ever been in that position when it was one of these encounters, and then right after, half an hour after, or a few minutes after, and say, oh, I should have said that, or I should have said something, or a response, or I should have smiled,
Yeah.
or, and sometimes we are taken by surprise,
Hmm.
when somebody addresses us. Wait, what? Because we are so deep into our thoughts that we are kind of isolated of
Yeah.
surroundings.
Yeah. Yeah. We are in our own world, and that physical reality is kind of distance at that point. We are not, that our energy is not in that same vibration. Well, Uma, as soon as you are on this path, there's no way you are wrong. Thank you.
Yeah, that's correct. It is a path to follow,
Yeah.
and it is a path that we should always, not sometimes, not when we really really see somebody struggle, or we see that comfort of stepping out and giving our time, or giving our help, or um, yesterday I was driving on the highway, and right on the exit there was a lady uh, pulled over with her car, and she was looking into the trunk, most likely for the spare tire. Now, when I passed by, they were so fast, like a fraction of a
Yep.
second. I've noticed that on the right rear wheel there was a flat tire, and I said, "Oh my God, maybe she needs help. Maybe she, is by herself and she doesn't know what to do." And it's that panicking mode. And I drove, and I almost turned around, but I realized that it will take so much time for me to reach again that point, because there will be two exits, two entrance, and so on. And besides, maybe she has help. Maybe she'll call CA and they'll come and you know. But Did I do the right thing? Obviously not. What if I turn around and I went there and said, "Can I help you?" And you say, "No, sorry, I'm good." It was an effort that is wasted. Another option would be, "Oh, thank you very much for coming. I wouldn't know what to do, and you saved my life."
Right.
In quotes.
Right.
And it's not only one time. A lot of times we go, especially on the highways or on
Yeah.
the speed roads, we see people that they need help, but we don't have the time to stop. There is no. It's impossible to just
I
stop.
think the because it's so quick, so then it's like our brain trying to make that quick decision. Oh, do I
Mhm.
pull over? Do I go, or do I just make a phone call and report the incident that there's someone, on this mile mark waiting, and looks like they need help or whatever it is, so those things are, happening. So
Yeah.
that quick decision needs to be made, you know?
Mhm.
So yeah, yeah.
Here, Corina gives us an excellent advice. When I'm in the elevator with other people and it's very quiet, I hum, and it's amazing how relaxed people are and how they feel more comfortable. Some start smiling. It is, and
Oh,
it's
that
a
is
good
so
advice.
sweet.
It's a good advice, and it's that awkward moment, right? Two strangers,
Yeah,
uh, not knowing what to do. Should I
yeah,
engage? Should I not engage? Should I pretend that I'm just me, or here just hum and smile, and
yeah,
that ice breaks right away. It
yeah.
is. It is about few, not even a minute, because in between the floors, it's so quick and so fast, and yeah,
Well, that's beautiful. That is very
amazing.
calming. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And this gift of money of giving. Now, I've noticed that um, it depends of the age as well. When the young people, they are more prompt to their own needs, right? A lot of times, and from experience, you heard, "Why should I give if I didn't receive anything? Why should I be the first to give? Or nobody gave me, so why should I give?" And all these kind of selfish thoughts and judgments and everything else. If I give, what do I get in return? Or that saying, "What's in it for me?"
Right.
The gift of giving is independent of all of these judgment, personal, subjective needs. It's
But
just
I think that the more you give, the more you get. It is that energy, constant energy movement, right? Energy likes movement. So even, again, speaking of finances, speaking of monetary things, you make a donation, you give money, and when you give money, or even say you're, purchasing something, even for
mhm,
yourself, and you say, thank you for this experience to the money when you're handing it to the other person, and you're receiving that experience in return. And when you're donating something, you give, and that feeling that you get, that satisfaction, that it's just like you did a good deed, and that just makes you feel so good. So when you give something, karma exists. Believe it or not, what goes around comes around. Energy likes movement. And, the more we give, the more we receive. So in order to receive, we give. So it doesn't have to be again in monetary way, it can be in any way. You can donate your time to maybe an animal shelter or to a residential place or whatever it is that you can give. um, you offer your services,
Mhm.
and again, you never know what you will get back in return. But I will say that you have to be open to receiving, otherwise you will not. And that is again being vulnerable here. That has been my challenge. And boy, it has been a challenge, and it keeps knocking and knocking, and I am just not opening that door. And I see it that I'm not opening the door, and that has been my challenge lately a lot. And I'm like, oh, what am I learning? What am I supposed to learn, universe? Okay, I see it. I have to be open to receiving. But what is holding me back to receiving? And being very honest and vulnerable here. And that's where I am in my journey right now, to do some soul searching and finding out what it is that is stopping me dead in the middle. I see it. I
Mhm.
see it very clearly what is there for me. All I have to do is reach and open and feel like my hands are tied.
Well,
So,
it will. And sometimes, as Corina said, we always get something in return, not the same way
yes,
or not the same situation, but when and where we need the most, because God sees everything and He knows better what we need. And it is so
absolutely.
true. It's you don't give to receive.
No.
And again, we're not talking only about material things. We are talking about the time, the knowledge, the help,
Yep.
the attention, which is free, and it is so beneficial for us as well. When you give somebody attention, full attention, you talk to somebody, and if you um, think about something else, and you just what's the word, uh, you see that you don't give the full attention to that person. That is a giving, being able to give that attention and to
Mhm.
understand.
Mhm.
You don't have to talk, you just have to listen. It is so crucial. Now it comes back to us, not in the same way, not in the same time, maybe later, or in a different forms,
Yeah.
with the same attention, and we connect with that situation in the past, and oh, maybe that's the reason that I get this attention, because I paid attention to somebody else. We are giving a lot of opportunities, but sometimes we just pass by and don't take them. And that's what you're talking about, Uma.
Yeah.
Why don't we get these opportunities? Why don't we grab them? Why don't we, jump on that path? Who knows? Maybe we are not there yet. Maybe the universe knows better than us and God what we need and what we don't, and when that will happen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Faith over fear. But then again, as you would say, in my humble opinion, being aware that, like I said, I see clearly what is on the other side waiting for me. Clearly see it, you know, but again, reaching for it, those steps I need to work on. The universe is telling me, okay, figure it out. There is something that's stopping you. What is it? And that's why I keep going back to, rewiring, going back to the childhood, going back to your adulthood, your teenhood, and all the information that has been fed to us, we have to rewire that. We have to rewire our thinking. And when we start working on that, and then we open ourselves up to receiving more information and knowledge, that still takes us one step further, you know? And of course, absolutely, 1000%, hands down, God, universe, energy knows what's best for us, and we are going to get it. There is no wrong timing. Timing is always perfect, precise. It is us who, and I'll say it is me who is in the hurry to get there. But everything in due time, and again, having that awareness. But again, that doesn't mean sitting back and relaxing, saying, okay, in due time, universe, I'll just sit here and wait for you to open the door. No, because that rewiring needs to happen. Otherwise, I will continuously see what is behind, that door, glass door, clear cut. I see it. But just I won't reach there till I decide that I need to rewire and be open to receiving, be open to changing my own thoughts. And when I change that, and when I say I'm open to receiving any and all form of gifts and blessings, I'm open, universe, I'm open to receiving, and thank you. And I start doing, and that's exactly, going back to this whole business thing, that's how exactly this business happened for me. For the longest time, all I kept saying with my palms open, that universe, I'm ready. I'm open to receiving. I don't know what it is, but I'm just open. And I would remember saying that every single day, sitting, and I'm like, I'm open to receiving. I don't know what you want to send me, but that's all I know, and that's all I said. And that's how this business kind of landed.
It is, and it happens in the right time, the right space, right?
Absolutely.
Um, Now, one of the condition I think in having the gift of giving is always to be unconditionally.
Yeah.
The purpose of it is just to give,
Mhm.
right? Having this mentality of looking, there was one of the question was, think about today. What would you give? Who would you help? How, in which form you would give? And once we are in this mindset of giving, it is so it becomes easier, becomes natural, becomes I don't know, part of us.
Mhm.
You know, not looking for, well, I didn't meet anybody today that needed my help, and I didn't know what to give and who to give. But once you are open to it, the universe will send
Yes.
on your way in a different forms and shapes. Sometimes, or a lot of times, surprisingly different that we would expect. Right?
Yeah. Yes.
You leave home in the morning and say, I'm focusing on giving. Let's see how can I give my attention, my time, my support, and so on. And but all of a sudden something happens and you give, and you don't realize that you give at that moment,
Yes.
until later on. I said, oh my God, I never thought that that's another form of giving, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
But you have
absolutely.
to be open to that. You have to be open and aware of that connection with the universe, that we are talking about manifesting. I think it's a prerequisite of manifesting, uh, to connect with a higher power, is to always be open and aware that you are in a mindset of giving all the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful, just that exchanging of the energy, being in the moment, present. And again, like you were saying, if you say hi, hello, wave, if you don't even do any of that and you're in that same space and that exchange of that energy, it's still giving because
Mhm.
you're giving your energy to them. And that energy of could be anything, right? Positivity, strength, encouragement, faith, love. Yeah, when you train yourself to always help become so natural. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, that is so true, and I'll just speak for myself again that coming from the counseling background, I've been trained, trained. I went to college, I got my master's in counseling. So when you do this day in and day out, automatically it just, in the middle of the night, you wake up, it's still going to be just part of who you are, you know?
Become
And
second nature. Yeah.
it's a, yeah, and again, it's a beautiful thing, to give. Absolutely. In the need, when someone needs your help, even like you said, in someone's car breakdown, or you help your neighbor mow the lawn or shovel the snow, you help someone, somebody drops something, you help them pick it up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be, big, small. It's just that the act of giving, right?
Mhm.
You're performing that act of giving out of the goodness without expecting anything in return.
Yeah. It is even the simple fact of thinking about giving,
Yeah.
it engages you on the right path,
Yes.
opens you to opens us to that high frequency, high level of energy, you know, or you can be locked down, you can be locked in, and just don't pay attention to these signals because there are signals that the universe tell us this is time to help. Somebody just holding the door, or I don't know, drop something and you are quick to pick it up and give it back, or a lot of small little gestures. If you are not open to it, you won't find the opportunity to give. Being open and being not always on lookup for or lookout for giving, but having that I don't know, calmness and patience and um, even smiling,
Yeah.
that well-being state, it gives us the opportunity to see when we can give and what we can give. um, that's
Uh,
true, because it's being a counselor, it's a job, right? The
yeah.
same as being an accountant, the same as being an engineer, and so on. But working with people as a counselor, it is so it, it makes the whole difference, and you can uh, you know s- tell more about being a counselor, or counseling somebody, or helping somebody with an advice, or even with a professional opinion about a certain situation, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Karina. That does mean a lot to me. Thank you. I greatly appreciate your kind words. Um, you know, everybody's different. Everybody's on a different journey, and not here to judge. But I mean, again, everybody's on a different journey. My goal is to help as many people as I can. And that's why I'm so grateful to have this platform that, whatever knowledge, or I should say, whatever experience that I have gained throughout my journey of physical world, that I can share on this platform. With others. And I really don't know how many people really listen to us. I really have no clue, but in good faith, we come on every Sunday, which we try to, and just share and put ourselves out there, so hopefully people can somehow relate and know that they're not alone in this physical world, that we're here to encourage, support, and I don't know, give some sort of hope and faith in their time of need, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's we are doing this for others, because it's actually the business we are in. It is a business of helping others to reach a better us, right?
Yeah.
And Corina said that with let me put it up. With experience comes that knowledge, and I really appreciate what you guys are doing, and we really appreciate your
Oh,
time for being with us and sharing all your thoughts. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there that will are with us, either in direct live, or they will watch us in replay. And our purpose, our true purpose, is to bring to everybody's attention some qualities, some traits, some values that we should have in order for our life to be better. And there are people luckier than us. There are people richer than us. There are people, more I don't know, happier than us. True, but we deserve, as we must always say, we do deserve all of this happiness, all of these things that we wish, all of these goals that we put in our mind. And how do we reach them? Through these qualities that we want to cultivate within us. And a lot of these qualities, giving, being kind, we have them in early life, and sometimes we lose them, or they fade out, or they are so insignificant that they're not part of our lives anymore, the regular life. And we want to bring all of these qualities back to be the um, the pinnacle of our life. It's not about going to work, making money, being, traveling, being on vacation, and so on. If you don't enjoy it, if you don't, if you are not ready to give back whatever we get, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It doesn't matter what form, shape, as long as you give back. It's just, I think that it, for me, I think it gives me sense of belonging, the sense of community, right? I was just talking about helping out at my daughter's musical. I mean, she was not on stage this year. She was doing the pit, but it's still for me to go and spend a couple of hours on those each night. It also shows her that, oh no, my mom is present, my mom sees what I'm doing. And it it also teaches, right? We teach our kids with our action more than our words. And in order for me to teach that to my daughter, I need to be there to show her, look, this is how it's done and this is how you do it. So that way she can continue that and she can do that for herself, and for me personally, it makes my soul very happy. My soul is dancing when I am serving others. It truly is. It makes me so happy. It makes me over the moon to come and go live and share my experience. It really, truly makes me feel that this is what I was meant to do, at this time in my life. So I'm so blessed to be on this platform. So yeah, in any way you can give, always give.
Yeah.
It comes back in tens and thousands folds, when you least expect it. If you're driving and you see something, an accident happen and you get delayed, and oh wow, the universe literally was looking out and saved you. If you would have been on time, unfortunately you would have been in that mess. But because of your good deeds, because of your karma, you know God is always working in our favor. Always, always,
Being good.
always is.
Great. Wow. Excuse me. Time flies so
Yeah.
fast. Okay. I think it's time for us to do our mini meditation, I would say, session. So you want to lead our
Uh, why
breathing
not?
exercise?
Why not? Let's see where we go. All right, shoulder rolls. Shoulder rolls, forward, backwards, eyes open, close. Do it at your own comfort level, please. Just be aware of your own body and what it is that you can do and what you are comfortable doing. And at any point you don't feel comfortable, please feel free to stop. All right, close your eyes and we're going to take a deep breath in from our nose. And we're going to hold it. And we're going to breathe out slowly. Going to inhale again. And we're holding. Slowly exhale. Just trying to clear our mind. Inhale again. And try to focus on the breath. And breathe out. Okay, we're going to breathe in and follow our breath. See where our breath takes us. Take a deep breath in. And let it run through our body. Where is it going? Just follow it. Follow it. And breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. And with gratitude, breathe out. Slowly open your eyes. And we're going to breathe in again. Hold. And breathe out with gratitude. Thank you. Hopefully that brought some sort of calmness and awareness and just
A reset, I would
reset.
say. Always it's a good opportunity for us to reset.
Yeah.
And about our talk, Corina mentioned that sometimes when it rains, as soon as I get off the bus, the rain stops. This is so amazing because it is true. And what you do, you manifest that. As simple as that. There is no um, doubt about it. You
Yeah.
know, when a lot of times when you go in a busy parking lot and there is no parking, if you have in mind that your parking spot
Mhm.
empty is waiting for you, sooner than later it will be there for you. And all of these little things that it happens, you know, in our daily life are because our thoughts go there, right?
Yeah. 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 It is. It is. It's amazing how, you know, sometimes we don't realize it's like, oh, I mean, this is me driving every day to work and getting onto this major highway. And it used to be like I would have to be literally pulled over to get into it because it's just, and for I don't know how long, since like I guess last year or so, it's just always, I think it's just now, it's just automatic. It's like, thank you for open lanes, thank you for open lanes. And you would think it's like so, like minor, it shouldn't wait. But, so many accidents and things happen, and it's just now every day, anytime I go, and it's just open wide, and I see all these cars on the side, and they literally move out of my way for me to come in and go about my way. And they all like just shift and just go. And I'm every day, I'm just like, I'm
Grateful.
very much aware. And I just say, thank you. Thank you. And I go about my day. But it is so amazing and such a beautiful feeling. I'm like, thank you, universe. You got me. It's like, thank you. Thank you. It is. It's so
Thank
amazing to
you.
be in an alignment. Thank you, Karina, for being with us again. Have a blessed Sunday. Thank you.
Have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you next week. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Uma. Thank you, everybody, for participating. And I wish you a wonderful end of the Sunday and a wonderful week. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Be well.